When I was a child, I loved playing Super Mario RPG. About 15 years later, I realized that it is now considered a classic. I always thought to myself, what other types of games that we're playing now will be considered a classic in the future? So with that being said, hello everyone and welcome to my top 5 future classics of this generation. So without further ado, let's get this started. Number 5. Until Dawn was released at the very end of 2015, and I must say, this game is amazing. It's a story-based game that follows a few kids in their vacation in the forest. Some things don't turn out well, and now they have to survive until dawn, basically. That is why they call it Until Dawn, but the aspect of this game that I think will consider this a future classic is the decisions you make will affect the rest of the storyline. So if you go to the left, you might die, but if you go to the right, you might survive until dawn. It was always fun to watch some playthroughs of this game when it first came out to see what other choices some people would make. I would probably die immediately in that horror situation, but it'll be just awesome to have a vacation in the middle of the woods. The replay value on this game is very high just because if you don't save all of the people in this game the first try, then you have to try and try again until you do the right things. And this is basically because the true ending will only be enabled when you save all of the kids. Number 4. So coming in at number 4 is Splatoon for the Nintendo Wii U. When this game first came out, it was a gem in the rough. I love the storyline of the game, and I love the campaign as well. What makes this game truly unique is the multiplayer itself. There's so many different maps and so many combinations of weapons that you can combine to truly make your experience your own. You'll be able to climb the ranks very easily at first, but then you go into the harder ranks and you have to try to fight to survive to stay at that higher rank. The replayability on the multiplayer is very high as well, because you can play with your friends or the random people around the world. I expect this to be a lot like the Halo 2 and Halo 3 multiplayer situation where people just go back and be like, man, remember that map we played like 5 years ago? That was amazing, wasn't it? Man, I wish I could go back and play this a lot more with you guys. It's how I was with the Halo 3 multiplayer because I remember playing on a Guardian all the time and I was just like, dude, watch out for the sniper, he's about to kill you. Just move to the right side or something, you should be good. Number 3. Without further ado, number 3 is Undertale. Yes, this gem of 2015 took the entire gaming community by storm. It shows you can still make a very good storyline without having to have the best graphics. It was a heartfelt game that I just truly loved, and as a matter of fact, I think a lot of people enjoy it as well. The story of this game is that you're a kid who just fell into this random pit, and you have to rescue yourself and survive until you can get back up to the surface, while fighting demons and monsters, and by fighting I mean just giving them mercy and walking past them if you really want to. But there's like 3 different storylines you can take on, which is pretty cool, depending on how you go through the game. If you attack everything, that's like the genocide run. If you just mercy everything and let them live, you will be the pacifist run. And the story caters to your choices as well, which has not been seen in games for a very long time now, since like Mass Effect and stuff. I'm sure all these inside jokes from Undertale will be included with a lot of conversational points for gamers worldwide for a very long time. And I expect this game to live long past its time in the eyes of the gamers and everyone alike. Number 2. So the next game that's on this list is Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is a farming simulator just like Harvest Moon, but with some added kicks. You can farm, you can talk to some other villagers, you can go into a cave and fight some random monsters. But you can also go mining as well. You're a boy or a girl whose grandpa passed down his farm to you when you needed it the most. He gave you like a random letter and was like, open this when you feel truly down about yourself. So you were working at a shopping center office building, and you were like, you know, man, I hate this. Let me open up this letter from Grandpa and see what it is. And you know what you got? You got the farm, because I just said that. There you start out a new life. You build up your farm, get married, and have kids. Just like real life. This game is a break from reality that is truly irresistible to play. It's super addicting. I played for like 100 hours, beat the entire game. It was a magnificent time, and I do not regret playing it at all. I expect this game to continue on updating its mechanics to keep rolling in the players to play some more. I remember the developer saying that he was going to add co-op as well, which is unheard of with a farming simulator type game. The replayability in this game is also very high because you want to try to beat your score, because after year 2 or 3, your grandpa shows up again and grades your farm. So if you don't get the high enough score, then you have to retry again. or just wait for Grandpa to come the next year and grade your farm once more. Number 1. So the number 1 on our list is going to be Super Mario Maker. This game came out in September of 2015, and it was probably the best decision Nintendo made thus far with the Wii U. It takes all the aspects of our favorite Mario games and puts them all together into one inclusive package. The great thing about this game is that not only does Nintendo make some levels, anyone can make their own levels with the included Course Maker. It lets the community make their own levels and pass them on to their friends so they can try to beat their own levels and have some fun times with that, like trolling and jazz. And the best part about this game is that Nintendo included a 100 Mario challenge, which lets anybody try 6 to 16 levels at a time, depending on the difficulty of just user-based levels. If you don't beat the entire thing in 100 lives, then you will lose and you have to restart from the very beginning. Each time you play through it, it's always different because there's so many levels that people have made. I have been playing this game for like 8 months at this point, and I've still not come across a time where I played the same map twice. I'm sure people will continue to play this game until Nintendo shuts off the servers or they revamp it for the next console. Well guys, that's been my top 5 lists for what I think will be considered future classics. If you enjoyed this video anytime, don't forget to leave a like. It helps the channel and the series so much and I really appreciate it. Once again, I've been iSneakSometimes and I'll see you all in the next one.